My dear friend, let's talk about that moment. That moment when the phone rings, showing a number you don't recognize, and a cold dread settles in your stomach. It might be mid-morning, you might be sipping your coffee, enjoying the silence. Then that voice comes on the line, professional, urgent, maybe even angry, telling you that your grandchild is in trouble, or that your pension account has been locked. In that 1 second of panic, it doesn't matter how smart you are, or how many warnings you've seen on the news. They use fear and confusion as their tools, and suddenly you feel small, exposed, and terribly alone. If you're watching this, you know that keeping your hard-earned savings secure is one of the most important battles we face in our later years. It's not just about the money. It's about our independence, our dignity, and the peace of mind we deserve in our own homes. Losing everything to a scammer doesn't just empty your bank account. It forces you to lose control of your future. It threatens the life you work so hard to build. But I'm here to tell you something crucial. Scammers don't need fancy computer programs to steal your life. They only need 3 specific pieces of information, 3 hidden papers that most of us keep in plain sight or filed away in a forgotten box. If you secure these 3 documents today, before the phone rings tomorrow, you build a fortress around your savings that is nearly impossible for them to breach. This isn't about setting up complex passwords or dealing with technology you don't understand. This is about physical security. It's about knowing exactly what matters most and making sure it is safe. Let's start with the very first one. This is the paper they need to pretend to be you for years to come. D'Objetto, the first hidden paper, your true identity key. Think for a moment about your social security card, or perhaps your original birth certificate, or the official document showing your Medicare identification number. Where is it right now? For many of us, it's tucked into a deep fold in an old leather wallet, sitting in a kitchen drawer, or filed haphazardly in a metal cabinet in the garage with 20 years of tax returns. That is exactly where the risk begins. Scammers don't always call pretending to be the bank. Often, they are collecting specific details to commit identity theft, a process that might not even touch your money for months or even years. But once they have your main identifiers, they can open new credit cards in your name, file fraudulent tax returns, and even drain retirement accounts without ever speaking to you again. Your Social Security number, SSN, is the master key to your entire financial and medical history. You must treat it like gold. Here is the simple, powerful wisdom we need to apply right now. You should never, under any circumstances, carry your Social Security card with you. Think about your daily routine. If you drop your purse while rushing onto the bus, or lose your wallet at the grocery store, and your SSN is inside, you have just handed your entire life to a stranger, a momentary lapse, and suddenly, every account you own is vulnerable. The solution is easier than you think. It demands one simple afternoon of sorting and a small investment in a specific kind of protection. First, go find that card, along with any documents that show your full SSN, like certain old statements or health insurance forms. Second, you need a safe place for these high-value documents, a place that is fireproof and lockable, preferably bolted down. This is not about expensive safes. A small, fire-resistant box that locks, available at any office supply store, is a game changer. Keep it in a location only you know about. Third, once the originals are secured, you need a new habit. Never give out your full SSN or Medicare number unless it is absolutely required by a verifiable, legitimate authority, like a doctor's office during a first visit, or the actual Social Security Administration office, face-to-face. If someone calls you and asks for those 9 numbers, the answer is always, immediately, and firmly, no. Hang up the phone. A real institution will always use secured mail or have a dedicated verification method that doesn't rely on you shouting the key to your life into the telephone. I know this seems small. Just one card, just one safe spot. But securing this first hidden paper stops criminals from building their foundation. If they can't prove they are you, they can't open the doors to your funds. This process offers a profound emotional benefit too. Every time you open that lockbox and see your vital paper safe, you feel a quiet, sturdy reassurance. You are in control. Take a moment right now, pause this if you must, and locate your core identity documents. Promise yourself they will not be kept in your wallet or in an unlocked drawer ever again. Once your primary identity is safe, we can move on to the second vulnerability. This next hidden paper is often signed hastily in a lawyer's office or even a hospital room, and it gives absolute legal access to everything you own. It is often the most overlooked document in financial scams, and securing it correctly is the difference between keeping your estate private and having a total stranger walk away with your house. In our next segment, we are going deep into paper number 2, and the one small mistake families make when dealing with health crises that leaves the back door of your entire life wide open. This one is vital for protecting your peace and your family's harmony. We've talked about securing your identity, your name, your date of birth, and that precious social security number. That is the foundation. But scammers aren't just interested in who you are right now. They are very much interested in who controls you later, when you might be ill, confused, or hospitalized. The second paper we need to check, locate, and verify immediately is what I call the papers of trust. These are the documents that name the people who are legally allowed to speak for you if you cannot speak for yourself. We are talking about your durable power of attorney for finances and your advanced healthcare directives, often called your health proxy papers. Why would a scammer want this? Because they know that when we are under medical stress, our guards are down. If a scammer knows the name of the person you appointed to handle your finances, they can try to impersonate them. They might call you, sounding urgent, pretending to be the bank's legal department. They will say, "Mrs. Johnson, we need to confirm the name of your financial agent because of a new security law. Can you spell out the name of the person you authorized to manage your accounts? You think you are helping the bank keep your affairs in order, but you're handing over the key to your entire future to the fraudster." They now have the name of the person they need to call next to initiate the fake emergency. They have all the pieces they need to create a convincing, heartbreaking lie. They might call your agent and say, "Your father is in the hospital and we need $5,000 transferred immediately for treatment, or the power of attorney won't be valid." This is panic. This is how independence is lost. Your urgent task today is to find your own papers of trust. If you don't have them, meaning if you haven't legally named someone, that is your first priority. Call a trusted estate planning lawyer today. If you delay this, the state might choose your helper for you. And that is the situation none of us want. If you have them, you must verify 3 things, right now. First, where are the originals? Are they locked securely in a home safe, a fireproof box, or a safe deposit box? Make sure those copies are not just sitting loose in a desk drawer, where a careless visitor or even a temporary helper could pick at them. Second, who is named on those papers? Is it the same person you would choose today? People change. Relationships change. Perhaps you named a niece 20 years ago, who now lives across the country and is too busy to handle your affairs. Perhaps you named a neighbor who has since moved away. You must ensure that the person named is still willing, able, and emotionally prepared to honor your wishes. This isn't just about money protection. It's about protection of your dignity. It's about securing peace of mind on your most vulnerable days. Sit down with your chosen agent this week, have tea, or maybe lunch. Don't make it sound scary. Just say, "I am reviewing my important papers to make sure I'm helping you help me if the time comes." Remind them where the original papers are located. Give them a sealed, secure copy that they can access immediately if needed. When you do this, you are not planning for death. You are planning for confident, secure living. You are removing the opportunity for chaos and confusion that a scammer thrives on. A secure power of attorney means the scammer cannot swoop in and cause family distress when you are most vulnerable. Third, confirm the contact information for the lawyer who prepared the documents. If that lawyer has retired, or if their number has changed, write the name and number of a reputable new estate lawyer right on the folder containing your papers. You always need a quick, trusted resource. if something feels wrong, or if you need to update the documents quickly. A key indicator of a scam is pressure. If anyone calls demanding immediate action related to your legal papers, asking you to confirm names or addresses, the only appropriate response is, "I will call my lawyer immediately to verify that request." Then hang up. Always hang up. Securing these papers of trust protects your future decisions. It stops scammers from using family members as leverage against you. But there is still one major hidden document that scammers target every single day: the third paper that controls the movement of your actual cash. This isn't about your identity or your future wishes. This is about the money you need next month for prescription refills, utilities, and grocery shopping. The next paper we need to check holds the direct, confidential numbers for your money sources. And securing this one document requires a daily habit change that is critical for safety in retirement. And we will uncover that next. We've established the crucial need to secure your daily identification, that paper that proves who you are right now. But financial independence for us seniors isn't just about the here and now. It's also about control over the future. Scammers know this. They know that many of us worry about who will handle our affairs when we can't, and they often target that specific anxiety. This brings us to the second hidden paper you must check, verify, and secure immediately: your power of attorney documents and all related health directives. These are the papers that define who speaks for you when you are unable to speak for yourself. A smooth-talking scammer doesn't want your physical savings book. They want the ability to bypass you entirely. If they can confuse you into signing something that vaguely resembles a new investment trustee form, they're halfway there. Now take a deep breath. This isn't a topic about fear. It's about peace. If you have assigned a trusted family member or friend to act as your power of attorney, whether for health decisions or financial ones, that paperwork is sacred. Don't just file it away and forget it. The danger isn't the paper itself. The danger is the confusion around the paper. Ask yourself right now, does my designated agent, the person I trust the most, know exactly where the original signed document is located? Do they have a clear, verified copy? If the YAIBA original is sitting in a file folder marked legal, in a cabinet accessible to anyone who walks in your house, a cleaner, a new acquaintance, or someone trying to help organize, it is not secure enough. The original power of attorney paperwork must be in a secure location that only you, or the person designated as your successor, can access. Think about a safe deposit box at the bank, or a robust, bolted-down, fireproof safe inside your home. This serves two purposes. First, it keeps prying hands away. Second, it gives you immediate confidence. When the cold caller phones up, claiming they are from the registry office, needing to confirm the details of your future representative, you can instantly hang up knowing your most important control documents are safe and verified only by the people you trust. Never discuss the names or contact details of your designated agent over the phone unless you initiated the call and know the number absolutely. Your successor's information is private. Protect it like it is currency, because it is. It is the currency of your dignity. Now, we move to the final essential papers, the ones that hold the deepest part of your nest egg. This is the third paper you must secure: your investment schedules and specific retirement account documentation. I'm talking about the documents that list things like your old 401k rollover, your annuity policy number, or the bond purchase certificates you bought years ago and haven't looked at recently. These are not your daily bank statements. They are the large, often immobile funds that scammers love to target because they represent the largest payoff. You might check your checking account balance weekly, but when was the last time you pulled out that old file on the long-term investment account? If you're like many of us, it might be dusty. That dust is what scammers rely on. They count on you being unfamiliar with the specific policy numbers, the precise names of the custodians, or the exact withdrawal procedures. They call and say, "We have detected unusual activity on your ABC investment fund, policy number 734X. Can you verify the custodian's name and your security password? If they know the policy number and the fund name, the natural human reaction is to panic and assume they are legitimate, because how else would they know those details? It's often frighteningly simple. These documents are sometimes sent in mailings that look like junk, or you might have given details to a free financial planning seminar years ago. Data leaks are real. Here is the simple, life-saving habit for this final set of papers. Separate the identifying names from the access codes. Your file cabinet might contain a summary of your policy names. That's okay. But the paper that lists the full account number, the specific routing transfer codes, or your special security passphrase must be stored separately and securely, following the same rigid rule we applied to your power of attorney documents. Never keep the document that names the fund right next to the document that grants transfer access to the fund. Separation is protection. Think of it like this. If a thief gets into your home, you don't keep the key to the strongbox right next to the map that tells them exactly what is inside the strongbox. Use a code. If your annuity policy number ends in 890, only write down A890s in your general file and keep the full number only in your high security safe. Simple steps, monumental security. We have now secured the 3 pillars of your financial identity: your current ID, your future control documents, and your deepest savings accounts. But security is not just about what you hide. It is also about what you do when the threat arrives. In our next and final segment, we will talk about the single most powerful habit you must adopt, a habit that acts like a fortress around everything we have protected today. This is the crucial step you must take before you ever pick up the phone again. This takes us to the third, and perhaps the most difficult paper you must secure today. We've already talked about the absolute necessity of locking down your proof of self, your photo ID, your birth certificate, and your social security card in a protected spot. We also discussed the quiet danger of leaving your specific account numbers list unsecured. That list should only be shared with your most trusted person, and only when necessary. But the third paper, the true shield against confusion during a crisis, is the power paper. This is your specific legal documentation for your medical proxy and your financial power of attorney. Scammers are ruthless. They don't just target the vulnerable senior, they target the frantic family member reacting to a sudden hospitalization or an alleged legal crisis. If a scammer calls your adult child pretending to be a lawyer or a doctor handling your case, and your child cannot immediately verify who has the legal right to speak for you, panic sets in. And panic makes mistakes. You need to know, without a doubt, exactly where the original power of attorney documents are stored. You need to know the name and phone number of the lawyer who drew them up. And most importantly, the person you have named as your agent, your spouse, your daughter, your son, must hold a copy, understand their duties, and know exactly how to activate the document if the time comes. This is not a conversation for tomorrow. It is a conversation for this week. Sit down with your chosen agent. Hand them a copy. Walk them through the paperwork. Tell them, if anyone calls claiming I am in trouble, your very first action is to verify this document and call the lawyer listed here. Do not give any information to the caller until you have verified the paperwork. This conversation removes the fear and replaces it with a simple, secure protocol. The true hidden secret in this process is creating the physical ready binder. Take the 3 secured paper types. The copy of ID, only a copy, never the original social security card. The list of account numbers, encrypted or coded please, and the original power paper. Place them all together in one place. Not mixed in with old tax returns or holiday cards. One dedicated fire-resistant box, binder, or small safe that is physically locked away. This is your break glass in case of emergency box. It should be boring. It should be simple. It should be something you check every 6 months when you change the batteries in your smoke detector. Why do we do all this preparation? It is not just to save the money. It is to save the stress. The anxiety of financial ruin is a terrible weight to carry in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. It steals your sleep and clouds your judgment about your health. When you know your essential papers are secure, locked away, and that your family knows the protocol, you earn back peace of mind. This security is the bedrock of aging well. A protected home leads to a protected heart. So, let me ask you, today, right now, can you walk to a single spot and put your hand on those 3 critical documents? If the answer is no, your task is clear. Start the Ready Binder today. We've talked about securing your finances from the outside threats. We've secured your paperwork. But there is a silent physical threat that is far more common than any scammer, and it can take away your independence just as quickly. It happens every day in the most common place in your house. In our next talk, we need to focus on the simple, vital habit that prevents the fall that costs you everything, the fall that puts you completely under the control of others. It's a simple check you can do right now, before you even go to bed tonight. We'll talk about how to protect your body with the same focus we use to protect your savings.